Welcome. 7:22 a.m. No, it's not. It's 7/22/2011 at 5:54 a.m. Imagine that. Called pre-market. See? The time is pre-market time. And what does that mean? The stock market's going to open up, and then when we start getting later in the day, certain things are going to happen. It's Friday. So I'm just kind of throwing a little twist to the story. The gap open up is going to be earnings related for the most part. ATHN. All of these gaps here, these names, the higher gap that it goes is once it puts in that intraday top, there's going to be a short side that comes into play on the tape. And then at that first pullback from its great good news, all of them have a news story tied to it, is that they'll stay up and kind of float at the top, but they too, just like the earnings season, any earnings related gap, overbought gap, is to be sold short once all the buyers are in on the intraday level, at whatever time frame that may be. And monitoring the tops of these gaps have been sold down on every earnings report, because we did every live video. Even Apple, that we said would be sold down, would be sold down. So watch the travel zoo short as it gets short squeezed back up. When it makes that high, you can go ahead and do the same thing that you were doing yesterday. That's a very important thing to understand. Now, as far as Baidu and Sina, there are those Chinese ADRs that have been selling short. We've been talking about selling short for the top down, and those trades have done remarkably well. The lower bottom price action in the earnings cycle for the companies that have reported well will continue to bounce off the bottom. Gap open down list. Let's take a look at that. Oh boy, Coinstar. They reported the other day and they guided down, and there's some issues in that Coinstar. CSTR is one that we've traded also as a left elbow. Cymer is another earnings thing. So Netflix is gapping down another 298. It reports earnings on Monday. So they're selling this off going into the earnings because everyone's extremely bearish on it because of price increases and other things that it's going to create. The more oversold that we get on Netflix today, it's going to be a trade off that bottom of that left elbow right here, right now. And yeah, you're going to hit down below there. There's going to be a couple of lower price levels that will come into play with the 3-minute buy action bar up that bottom. Bam! Off you go. Make that transaction. Verify it. Okay? We've got other things that, because of Caterpillar cap down, Joy Global, which we trade on an intraday level, that's gapping down on a left elbow. Fleur, they missed their earnings and guided down, I believe. So basically, what we're going to be taking a look at here on a left elbow gap down, once again, Joy Global does make markets at bottoms, and it will come $1.25 off the bottom from its original intraday low for a long. Not only that, the Netflix trade will be a very good trade for a left elbow gap down this morning. Now, as far as Coinstar, CYMI, and HITT, I'm going to have to do a little bit of training with you MMTs. Welcome to Friday morning, 5:57 a.m., 7/22/2011. Nasdaq pre-market open. Earnings related on both the gap open down, earnings related on the gap open up. And shorting the top of the good news, that's what it's been in this earnings report until the debt ceiling is cleared up and all of those little uncertainties are out of the way. What people continue to do is sell into the good news, because we're in a 1 month actual price action range, long and short, on indexes and equities. And where we're at seasonality, this is the kind of trade on the earnings that have been happening. They've been selling down the reports, been throwing people off that talk about it. Oh boy, great earnings, but to sell it down. They did that with Wynn. We will be watching Wynn again today. We shorted that, remember? So you MMTs have all the scenario. Welcome.